let's take a look at x to the fourth plus 14x cubed plus 49x squared. You see, often we forget about this first bubble and we try to go to this next layer here. And yet we have three terms, but right now they are not in that quadratic trinomial format. You see, we don't have an x squared plus a bx plus a c. We have an x to the fourth plus 14x cubed plus 49x squared. I cannot skip this first step. It's super important. So what do you notice about all three of these terms? What do they all three have in common? Well, they all three have x's in common. And they have at least an x squared. So it looks like I have an x squared for my GCF. So x squared times what is x to the fourth? X squared times x squared. X squared times what is 14x cubed? 14x. X squared times what is 49x squared? X squared times 49. So now let's look at what I have in the parentheses. So we factored out the x squared. The GCF is out. So now I'm going to go and follow the three term. So I have three terms. And so now it follows this format, the x squared plus bx plus c. So now I'm going to look for factors of c that add to b, or factors of 49 that add to 14. And so because it follows that part of the frame, then looks like when I look at my foldable, it's this first one, the x squared plus bx plus c. So for this one, I want my t-chart and my box. I'm going to set up my 2x2 box. The x squared goes here, 49 goes here, something x, something x. So we already know it's the x and the x here. So what are my factors of 49 that add to 14? Well, the only ones that I can think of is 7 and 7. So 7 times 7 is 49, which means that's going to be the 7x and that's going to be the 7x. And that indeed adds to 14x. So it looks like we've got our factors. X plus 7 and x plus 7 are my factors. So what about this one? So this next example, again, even though it does fall in this ax squared plus bx plus c category, don't forget that first step to look for a GCF, because 90% of the time, if you take the time and complete that first step, you're going to make your factoring a lot easier. So I noticed that all three of these terms have a 2 in common, so 2 is my GCF. And when I factor out a 2, 2 times what is 2x squared? 2 times x squared. 2 times what is 14x? 2 times 7x. 2 times what is negative 60? 2 times negative 30. So now we have inside the parentheses, let's see if we can factor that further. So the 2 is out. So x squared plus 7x minus 30, we've got three terms. It is indeed a quadratic trinomial. So there's the three terms. We've got the x squared plus bx plus c. So factors of c that add to b. Factors of negative 30 that add to 7. And we're, again, going to set up and use our box. So we want our 2x2 box. X squared goes here, negative 30 here, something x, something x. X and x is x squared. So What two numbers can I multiply together to get negative 30 that adds to 7? 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 4 won't go into 30, 5 and 6. We've met in the middle. So what set does it have to be? Well, I bet the 3 and the 10 is going to work. How about 10 minus 3? And that means my 3 is negative, and negative 3 times 10 is negative 30. So negative 3 and 10, which means x times negative 3 is negative 3x. And then x times 10 is 10x, and 10 times negative 3 is negative 30. So my factors are x minus 3 and x plus 10. Oh, and hey, don't forget about the GCF of 2. And you know what? In the one before it, when I factored out what was left in the parentheses, I forgot to bring down my GCF. Can't lose it. So there you are.